re-signed a little later in the offseason. Were you mulling some other offers before you came back?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about some other offers. Obviously wanted to be back here, but, had a few teams that were interested. Just kind of was in a waiting period at that time. But I'm glad I'm here, glad it all worked out and I was able to get signed here.
And why make the decision to come back?
Opportunity, number one. Great opportunity here. The people in the building, I love the people in the building. Just the entire environment, the culture, just everything about the Seahawks, I really, embraced and I really became a part of. And so I really wanted to be here. I know my teammates wanted me back and I felt good, coming back here.
Were you surprised by the trade?
Excuse me?
Were you surprised by Russell's trade?
At first, I can't lie, I was. I just couldn't see that happening. But, in this business, in this league, you can never be too sure about anything. And, Russell's my guy, man. Love him to death. Going to be my boy for life. And, I wish him well.
You've always said, you prepare every day like you're a starter regardless of the situation. But does this opportunity feel any different where you come in with, pretty wide open competition?
Well, as far as the reps go, yeah, getting a lot of reps with the ones and, being able to actually rep with the guys that I'm going to play with, in the game, it's the difference. But as far as my mentality, it all stays the same. I've always prepared the same way since day one. And I think that's the reason I even get this opportunity is because of that.
Did you think you'd get another chance to start at some point in your NFL career?
Of course. I knew it. I knew it. And that's why I prepared the way that I did. Train the way that I do. I believe in myself, my abilities, and I also know that things happen, man. I was sitting behind 3 Ironmen, with Eli, Phillip, and Russ. Those guys don't miss games, but I always knew, I had the ability to play in this league. I've done great things in preseason, and even when I did start, had good games. But I knew the time would come, and it did. It did.
Now that you're a while removed from last season, when you look back at the three starts plus the end of the Rams game, how do you assess how you played?
I think, if you talk about just my play, I think I did well enough, to get this opportunity. But the wins are the only thing that matter. And in those starts, I was 1-2. We lost 2 tough games to some playoff teams, really good teams. And, I really think that if I had executed, a few things better, that we could have won those games. And I know every single guy feels the same way. So, with this upcoming season, I look forward to those new opportunities, chances to, if I get the opportunity to go out there and win games and, learning from that experience, those experiences last year, I think will pay off.
Jay has said that in the Jaguars game, you guys seem to kind of uncover some things offensively that worked for you. What was that?
I think we had, more opportunities to pass on first and second down. Opened up the play pass game. I think that helped us out in that game. And then just, getting more comfortable, just playing with the guys around me. Like I said, I hadn't had a lot of chances to rep with those guys. But from 3 weeks of practicing with those guys and then going out and playing in 2 games and then playing that Jaguars game, just the reps, it kind of showed up.
What's the dynamic with you and Drew like? I know it's only been a couple months, but just you guys being out here around each other a lot, competing with each other.
Man, Drew's cool as heck, man. I love Drew to death. Just getting a chance to meet him and getting a chance to know him. Got a lot of swag. He's a young guy, can throw it. Got all the ability in the world. He's very smart and just one of the guys, man. He's one of the guys. He's got a great feel for the locker room. Guys love him. Love talking to him. You see him rapping Jeezy and all that cool stuff. So, he's just one of the guys, man. Really, really like Drew.
Geno, having been in this offense for a year now, what is it about it that you think suits you well?
I think the up-tempo style, similar to what I played in college. Also, just my ability and Shane's trust in me to get in and out of plays, to see coverages, understanding our offense and, moving guys around, being able to create mismatches. I think Shane believes in my ability and my knowledge as a quarterback, and I think that's something that suits us well.
What do you think you have to show them to win the job?
Just be myself, be consistent, be dynamic, throw touchdowns, make great plays, all the good stuff, man. Just, be the quarterback, be the leader, be the guy that guys look to.
How's the familiarity helped you think so far?
It's helped out a lot. Shout out to my boy Freddie Swain. It's helped out a lot, just being here for 2 years now in Shane's system and then being around the building now for 4 years. I think it's helping out a lot. I really do.
When you're the backup during the regular season, do you get any reps with the ones at all?
Not at all.
So those 3 weeks you were starting were more than you ever got?
Yes.
What's the tangible benefit to getting those reps?
Just, when you get reps with guys, I mean, you're learning their speed, how to communicate with them in the huddle, different signals, different things that, go beyond the football field. It's like a synergy that you have, when you continue to rep with those guys. And I think you see in that Jacksonville game, a lot of tight throws were made to Tyler Lockett. Me and Tyler actually, did a lot better than we had done previously. And I think that was due to the reps we had gotten, in practice.
Geno, what is it like trying to build a relationship with a guy like Tyler and DK when you aren't getting those reps to where when that opportunity comes, you're not completely foreign to their skill sets and having to manage all that?
It really came down to just being like, with DK, just being in that big brother role. I was always pushing him, from the sideline and, keeping him motivated, keeping him positive in games. He's a dynamic player, man. Great player, going to be a great player in this league for a long time. And with him, when I wasn't getting the reps with him, it was more mental, helping him see the game the way that we do as quarterbacks. And for Tyler, Tyler is savvy veteran. He's been around it. But, again, it's the mental side, right? It's helping them see the game the way that we see the game so that we can all connect. They can get into the spots where they can get open, and then we can get them a ball.
I see you out there a lot helping, with Drew and other guys pointing things out. The leadership role, how much have you embraced that?
Always embraced it. I think that's just a part of who I am. I'm not doing anything outside of, what I would normally do. And, I want to help. That's just my heart. I want to help guys. I want to see guys win, see guys succeed.
How much more did you learn about Shane when you were starting versus when you were backing up?
I had great respect for Shane already. Just him coming in, the way that he handled everything with Russ, and the way that he really took lead of the offense, and he has his philosophy, his standards, and he really set them from the beginning. And when I got a chance to play with him, he wasn't holding me back. He allowed me to be myself. He allowed me to be he put confidence in me, with the positive talks that he gave me. And so him allowing me to be confident in myself, that did wonders for me, and I appreciate him for it.
What do you think Noah Fant can do with this offense?
I think he's going to do great things. He's a big, skilled guy. He's fast, can catch the ball, runs great routes. I don't see any way that he can't get the ball. We can get him the ball out wide, in the slot, or in line at tight end. So I think he's going to do a bunch of great things.
You seem to have a pretty good connection with Marquise Goodwin. He's only been here a couple weeks, but what does he bring to this receiving core with all the other guys?
Well, I've known Marquise for a while, since we played against each other in college at Texas. And, really Marquise, man, brings a dynamic amount of speed. I mean, the guy has track speed, legit track speed. And he's also a guy who's played in this league. He's done a bunch of great things as well. And so he's a vet. He knows what he's doing. And then he's just dynamic, man. He's got a lot of speed. He can stretch the field. He can catch the ball down the field. And we expect good things from him as well.
You were in a quarterback competition as a rookie when you won the job in New York. How is this quarterback competition different now at this stage of your career?
Oh, man, that's like light years ago. But, I mean, it's literally a huge difference. I'm coming into this competition with more knowledge. I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot more comfortable with my surroundings. I'm not going from a college kid to a professional and having to learn all those things. So it's a big difference as far as just, how I'm older. I'm the vet in the room now versus, being the rookie. And so I think that's the major difference.
Do you feel like this is a championship caliber team?
100%. 100%. I know you guys are watching us out here practice, and we're battling, going back and forth with the defense. Those guys are doing great, man. I mean, they're going to be extremely great. I can't wait to see those guys in live action, but I do believe we have a championship caliber team. It's on us to make sure that we put that, effort forward, and when it's time to go execute, we do what we have to do so that these aren't just words, that we can put those things into action.
What happened the night you came back from the season finale? Where's that stand?
Those things will be worked out, but I'm extremely confident in all those things. Those things they have a timeline and they have to get worked out, but I don't see any problem.
Going back to working with Shane and those times when you were starting, but maybe even more added benefit is there that you guys played a lot of close moments, like with the Rams, Steelers, Saints.
I think sometimes, there's no moral victories. You either win or you lose. But I think sometimes you just learn more things about yourself. You learn about the guys around you. You know, one thing that I do know is that this team has always stuck together. And you know, when we lost those games, I was down on myself. I was being hard on myself, and the guys picked me up. You know, the guys really picked me up. Shane picked me up, Dave Canales, and all the guys around me. You know, they ensured me that, you know, I was doing what I need to do, and that I think that builds character, and I think it's going to help us in the long run.
Going back to that, how important is it in quarterback competition not to get down on yourself, not to overanalyze each throw, each practice?
You know, that's a good question, and that's the hardest part about playing quarterback is we're chasing perfection every single day, and nobody's perfect though, right? Like there's going to be mistakes that are going to be made. There's going to be throws you wish you had back, but you got to learn from it, and you got to just continue to have grace with yourself, your teammates, and you know, just move on. Take them as learning lessons, take them in stride, and get better. You know, get better.
DK hasn't been out here. Have you been able to build much of a rapport with him, I guess, during this offseason?
Oh yeah. Me and DK, we talk all the time. He's rehabbing his injury, getting himself together, and wish he was here, but you know, we understand that he's not, and we'll leave that up to him and whoever else.
How much has Walden changed things since last play-wise, game-wise?
We can't give you all that information, but you know, things will change. Some things will change, some things won't, and you know, we're going to do whatever's best for the team in order to get a win.
Anything else? Thanks, Geno.
Thank you, guys.